You guys have asked for it. This is Kavou and today we are doing a special episode and this is improving all of the armors in vanilla Skyrim. And when it comes to this episode, you might ask yourself, why should I care to watch this? This is why. This is all of the mods I am using to turn Skyrim into a vanilla plus wet dream. When it comes to armors, when it comes to everything, I use all of those mods and the basic idea again is to enhance the already used assets in vanilla Skyrim, such as guard armors or faction armors, weapons, just to make the overall vanilla game much more better. I love when Skyrim feels like Skyrim. All of the mods I'm going to use, you should be using those to improve your mod list. Now, there is one thing I need to ask. Do you think shields are more of a weapon or of an armor? In my book, I think shields counts as weapons. In fact, anything you have equipped on your human body is a weapon. That is why I am going to include weapons as well in this episode. You can find all of the links down in the video description. Throw a like, subscribe, comment down anything below to help me find my audience. It helps me a lot. And I will go briefly to all of the overhauls we are going to use. First of all, we're starting very tame with the Immersive Armors. Anybody and their mother knows what Immersive Armors are, and unless you've been too busy eating sweet rolls, I'm going to explain to you what this mod does. Essentially, it adds thousands of armors into the game. This will make it where exploring in Skyrim will feel much more better. You will always find different armors. Named NPCs like Ulfric will be using unique armors and the list goes on. This adds hundreds of armors that again will refresh how you play Skyrim, because not every single bandit now will be wearing the same ferro armor. I'm sorry if I'm gonna go too fast on this. I do suffer from major ADHD, so I'm gonna go through this very fast. We're going to use the Immersive Armor Retexture and Mesh Fixes, which is going to fix a lot of issues when it comes to Immersive Armors. We're going to return back to Xavbio, by the way, keep that in mind. We're going to also use the Immersive Armors Retexture for CBBE and also the realistic Immersive Retexture 3BA body slide that is going to add body slide on 3BA. That is right, we're using 3BA, we're using all of that. I will be putting the links down in the video description. And with all of that, you will have physics and dummy thing, women of Skyrim wearing those armors. Next, we're going to use the Immersive Weapons. On the similar concept, it is going to add tons of different weapons and it feels so refreshing again to watch a bunch of named NPCs or random NPCs to have different weapons. You can loot those, you can sell those. The idea of encountering them is really nice, and with that being said, this is a must mod in any mod list, guys. If someone is going to wear an armor, he's gonna be carrying those, so why not make it look much more better? If anything is going to alter how armored NPCs will look like. Next we have Lollygagin Vanilla Guard Armor Replacer. This is a personal taste, maybe you don't like this one, but this essentially is going to grab every single hold in Skyrim and it's going to alter the armors. That is only for the Stormcloaks and this adds so much more variation, guys. With this mod on, every guard will feel much more alive and you will have so many badass looking armors to loot and play the game with. An absolutely must of a mod that actually it's not an if, when Todd Howard is going to re-release Skyrim for the 100th time, this is a mod that it should be included in the vanilla game. Next we have Xavbio's mods, and you will go to Xavbio's mod page, you will click to the mods that he has, and essentially you see all of the stuff he has. You are going to download everything. And you might not own something like the Divine Crusader or something from the Creation Club. His armor retextures are the best on the Nexus. This man is a god. Another mod that looks amazing and I don't see many people mention this is Crusader's armors. This is going to play a huge role later on because we're going to use community shaders to add life to all of those armors. I'm a big sucker for community shaders, but that will come later. This is going to add shaders in the first of Skyrim and this makes again all of those armors, as you can see, feel much more better, and it's a nice mod to have. Next, we are using the weapon armor and clothing clutter fixes. This is going to fix thousands of issues with the vanilla armors, very much self-explanatory. Combine this with the weapon and armor clothing for CBBE and 3BA that is going to do the same if you are using the 3BA body slot, which you should, and those pictures look ridiculous. The girls though do look heavy here. Next, you want to grab the armor and clothing extension. This follows the same principle with the Immersive Armors, but it works with all of the clothing when it comes to Skyrim. You will have many more diverse options, colors. It will make it where you will play 100 playthroughs and you will always find different clothes that they fit into the game, they look nice, and you will always have the option to try those out. And again, all of those different armors and weapons on NPCs will make it where Skyrim will feel, again, count how many times I say this, unlike me, make Skyrim much more alive. Then we have the MidianBorn Book of Silence. Essentially, this is going to grab all of the armors and give them an HD texture pack. It does work with Xavbio's overhauls. It will also affect weapons that we're going to use for Immersive Weapons too. And then we have the Rustic Clothing that is going to grab many armors and again add a lot of textures. We need this in order for first aiders and a bunch of other mods to take place. And then we have the improved close face helmets, which it took me a very long time to try this mod out, but essentially it's going to grab all of the different vanilla armors and it will make it where you will have open helmets. This adds so much more immersion to the game. This is absolutely amazing, and you want to combine that with the Creation Club open helmets if you own any of the Creation Club stuff. That being said, that is me wicking, asking you to press the like button in this video. Skyrim is a game that has a lot of dangers that the uninitiated are not aware of, such as dragons, bugs, and women. So we're going to need every type of weapon overhaul to make those encounters much more immersive. Starting with Dawnguard Arsenal, it is going to grab all of the Dawnguard weapons and enhance them. You want to grab the, oh boy, that's gonna be a hard one, Stalhrim Refrozen. Please don't make me refresh that ever again in my life. This is going to grab this new armor we've got from Dragonborn, and calling this new, it's kinda, wow, an indicator of how old I am, and it is going to give it a much more better clarity. Then we get Elsopa Shields Redone, which grabs some of the shields you will find in the game, the vanilla game, and they will enhance those. Do you remember when I told you if you think a shield should be a weapon or not? I mean, look at this. Tell me you cannot grab this and literally punch a hole on a wall. Those shields look amazing, and it's been over a year. Elsopa, if you're watching this, which you don't, let's be real here, where is part 2 already? I love this mod, it's amazing, and that's why we need to grab the Elsopa Quivers Redone, which is going to grab the quivers you will find in Skyrim in the vanilla game. It will enhance those, make them look so grand that every time you find any of those quivers, it will violate your eyes in a good way with the attention to detail those have, and they look absolutely amazing. A must mod to have if you're a fan of using bows or killing people who are using bows, which you know it works both ways. Then we need to grab the Falmer Equip Armor, which is a mod that it will let you to loot the Falmer and equip their armor, and it will visually show. And you might say, Kavou, this is not exactly an armor mod, but it is. It doesn't make any sense that you kill those guys, you loot them, and their armor never drops. Now with this it does, and this, my guys, it's called immersion. Then we're going to grab the GS Unique Utopia Daggers, which is going to grab all of the daggers, or the unique daggers should I say, you find in the game, and make them look even better, so they can stand down from the normal plebeian weapons the average nerd will be using. Next, we are going to use 2 mods from the same creator, and if I had a nemesis, it will be me reading names on the internet. It is made from, I'm sorry if I'm going to kill this, Graven Pakhuman 84. This is going to add HDT physics to all of the necklaces for females. And you might ask, Kavou, what about our guys? And there you go. For the average Giga chat, you have another mod from the same creator, whose name I am not going to even try to pronounce again. It's a skill issue from my part. I'm sorry guys. I know you keep saying this, but my English, trust me, it's worse than you think. This is going to add a patch for the males, which now it's going to play HDT animations every time you have those necklaces, which before we couldn't do it. And you might say, Kavou, a necklace is not an armor. Wrong! Now let's show some love to our melancholic fellows, those are the vampires. I think all of us can relate to. This is the vampire armor extension, and honestly guys, this is absolutely badass. This is going to add much more variation. Are you not bored of seeing Serana and every other of your relatives wearing the exact same clothes? With this mod, that will not happen, and don't worry because I got you there. All of those armors we're using, by the way, they are all vanilla friendly. They went through the meter and they got a check from Kavou that they should be immersive. This makes me want to play a vampire, which I will never do because I am a Dawnguard enjoyer. Let me know what you are down in the comments. Would you like killing more, vampires or humans? I'm curious to see what you guys play. Then we're going to combine this with a vampire clothing expansion because vampires and the clothing is now on the hot market. This is going to add again much more variation in a way that fits into the game. Look at those guys. Before we had only one dress, now we have so much more to wear. And if you're playing a caster, which is something I usually do, it's always nice to find some nice clothes you can grab and enchant them and just use them overall. Then we have the Bandolier bags and pouches, which is going to add bags for your characters to wear and physical sewn on your character. Don't forget to grab the patch for the female feet, which is going to make it, as you can see, look much more better. To have the perfect visuals, we're going to need to use community shaders. Community shaders, I've made tons of videos about it, of how to install them. I will try and have the link down in the video description of my most recent videos when it comes to community shaders, but essentially those are adding a bunch of shaders that you can use to make your game look better without losing performance. You should scroll down and grab all of those mods to make again your game look amazing. And you might say, Kavou, what the community shaders have to do with armor? Isn't that out of the question? Wrong! We're going to install community shaders, and on top of that, we're going to grab the complex armory, which is going to grab all of the vanilla armors and all of the different graphical overhauls we've used to make those look absolutely badass, guys. I mean, look at that. You will never need to wear any custom armor with those mods because the vanilla armors already are amazing, maybe some of the finest work of Bethesda. This is going to add complex parallax to those armors. Next we have the Subsurface Scattering, which will make the skin and the subsurface to look much more better. You might want to roleplay as a Nord, looking like Chun, going around and killing people half naked. This is an amazing mod to have, and this is me when I've noticed this mod existed. You want to grab dynamic cube maps that combine with all of the mods we had before. It's going to place cube maps where it will add reflections on the night sky, or let's say on the water, on the ice, and your environment that will also work on the armor. The Wetness Effect, which is such an amazing mod when it comes to community shaders, that will also add Wetness Effect on your armor, make it much more immersive. They also make the game look amazing, and the best lighting mod I have for you guys, that it will make those armor look insane when it comes to visuals. This is Lux combined with Lux Fire and Lux Orbis. Combine all of those three like the Exodia pieces and you're gonna have all of the vanilla armors with all of the stuff we've included in this video to look insanely good. And again, this is mostly, if anything, all vanilla stuff. I will be including all of the requirements, or at least the cognitive mods you need to have, like the Calientes bodies or CBBE, Faster HD, Nemesis, Body Slide, all of those type of mods down in the video description. I don't think I need to waste more of your time to include those. With that being said, I will also have more links for some of my most personal favorite custom armors I like to use. That's pretty much 90% of the stuff I'm using to make again vanilla Skyrim to look better when it comes to the vanilla armors, weapons, the clothing, and anything you can name. That was the video. Thank you for watching. My name is Kavou. Feel free to ask me down in the comment section if you want me to cover something else. Chances are, if more than one person is asking, I'm going to do that. I will see you in the next video, and take care, and until next time, happy modding.